And similar polygons have what kind of angles? Congruent angles. Take a point. And what is the relationship of the sides? Starts with a P. Proportional. Take a point. So the sides are not congruent, they're proportional, but the angles are congruent. Now with triangles, we use things a little bit differently. With triangles, we talk about, we have angle-angle similarity, side-angle-side similarity, and side-side-side similarity. The first one that we're going to talk about is angle-angle, which means we use how many angles? 2 angles. Isn't it magic? Alright, so if 2 angles of one triangle are congruent to 2 angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. What we're going to do is we're going to use angle-angle similarity to prove whether some triangles are similar to not or not. Is everybody ready? Please open your Flappy. Theorems. Alright, now, do you see that there are 2 triangles in this picture? There is one baby triangle, and then there is a giant triangle, XZY. In case you don't see that, let's draw the top triangle right beside it. We're going to call this X, we're going to call this W, and we're going to call this V. Now, what does it give us as the measure of angle W? 82 degrees. And does that match up with any other angle on the big triangle? Yes, which one? Angle Z. So put one moon on both of those, or one rainbow. Now, do they both have an angle in common? Which one? Nope. What angle do they both share at the top? X. So you see how this X of our big one is the same thing as the X of our small one? So remember, you have a big triangle and then a baby triangle laying on top of it. Now, we have an angle. And we can put one rainbow here. We have an angle, and then we have another angle. Are these 2 triangles similar? By angle-angle similarity. That's it. That's all you have to do. So you say yes by angle-angle similarity. It says, are the 2 triangles similar? If so, state how. We did that. And write a similarity statement. So we're going to have to say that the big triangle is similar to the little one. So can somebody please name the big triangle for me? XZY. Good. Take a point. And that is similar to what triangle? XWV. Good, Brian. Take a point. And that's it. That's all you do. You just find 2 angles that are congruent. How do we feel so far? Can we do this? All right, we ready to look at the next one? Does anybody have a question? All right, let's look at this guy. What are those little, it says, are the 2 triangles similar? If so, state how and write the similarity statement. What do these 2 symbols mean? They're parallel. Good, take a point. Let's make our arrows a little bigger. We don't need no baby arrows. Now, we don't know anything about the lengths of the sides, so we don't care about that. We're going to look for angles. Do we have any angles in this triangle that are congruent? Which one? We have 2 H's, so which H? JHK is congruent to? JHGFH. I don't really know what just happened, but okay. And why are these 2 angles congruent? What kind of angles are those? Vertical. Awesome. Now, if these 2 are parallel lines, what is JF called? Starts with a T. What is JF called? Starts with a T. That doesn't start with a T. A transversal. Take a point. And if it's a transversal, what kind of angles are J and F? Alternate. Interior. So those are congruent. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Alright, we have one rainbow on both of them. We have two rainbows on both of them. Are these two triangles similar?
Yes.
By what similarity statement?
Angle.
Angle, similarity. Isn't it amazing? That's all you have to do. Now, are we done, or does it ask us to write a similarity statement? Alright, triangle, let's start on the left. Is similar to?
CHF.
Awesome. Go team. Why did we not write that? You can, but you don't have to, because we said that it's similar by angle similarity. So you don't have to write all the reasons. You just show me. Now, if I asked you to write all the reasons, if we did a proof, then yes, you'd have to write that. How many of us really want to do proofs?
No.
Right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Side, angle, side. It says, in two triangles, if a pair of corresponding angles. What does corresponding mean?
They're right.
They're like in the same.
In the same position. Good. Take a point. If a pair of corresponding angles is congruent, and the sides including the angle are proportional. So what does that mean if they're proportional? What's the same? The lengths aren't the same.
The side.
No.
Oh, the whole triangle.
Same type of, what is a proportion?
A proportion is.
Two fractions. What goes in the middle of them?
Oh, wait, a line.
An equal sign. So that means that we have two fractions and they have to be equal. So you have to check the ratios on this one. Check the ratios. Are we ready? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Open this. Now, remember, we're doing side, angle, side. So we're looking for two sides and a middle angle. It says, are the two triangles similar? If so, state how and write a similarity statement. First, do we have an angle that is similar? That is congruent. Which one? N and R. Take a point. Put a rainbow on both of those. Now, we need to see if the sides are proportional. So what side corresponds with MN?
PR.
PR. So we would do MN divided by PR, which would be 4 divided by 6. What is 4 divided by 6 reduced to? Look at you go. Take a point. 2/3. All right. What side corresponds with LN? QR. And what is 6 divided by 9 reduced to?
2/3.
2/3. Are those the same?
Yes. Yes.
2/3 is the same as 2/3, and we have an angle in the middle. Oh, my ham sandwich. Yes, by side, angle, side, similarity. Now, are we done, or does it ask us to write a similarity statement? Statement. Start with the top triangle. Name that triangle for me. L Nancy Mary or L Mary Nancy?
Nancy Mary.
L Nancy Mary is similar to, okay?
E.
Good job, guys. Take a point. Grace, you get a point as well. Any questions? How do we feel? It's all right. Can you do this without me?
No,
You are going to try your homework without me?
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't say that. I didn't say all that.
Well, tell me this. Do you see that there are two different triangles in this picture?
But it's just up and down. KM is good. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you see the baby one up top, correct? Do you also see that there's a big giant one? Okay, so what I want you to do, if you have trouble seeing this, and some people do, I want you to redraw it. And I want you to call it KLM. Now it tells us that KL is 6 and ML is 10. What is the entire length of EL? How did you get that?
You can add 6 plus 3.
Okay. What is the entire length of LJ?
15.
How did you get that?
Add 5 plus 6.
Cool. Now, Raven, do you think that you can tell me which angle they have in common that is congruent? I want her to do it. She doesn't need any of you. They do both have an L. So we're going to put one rainbow on both of the L's. So we know that they have an angle in common, correct? So we're going to try and see if the sides are what? Are we trying to see if the sides are congruent or proportional? Proportional. All right, try to set up the proportions without me. Find what side corresponds with LE. You see how the big triangle has LE?
Yeah.
Okay. What side matches up with that on the little triangle? Mm-hmm. Divide those two and tell me what you get.
Wait, what?
Nine?
Divided by? Mhm. If you do the big one divided by the little one, yours is going to be backwards than the little divided by the big, just to let you know. No. I'm going to pause it for a minute so that you have time to work, okay?
Yes.
Did you do yours the big triangle to the small or small to the big?
Big to the small.
So you got 3 halves with me?
I got 2/3.
So you did the small to the big.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't be sorry. All right, did anybody do it the big triangle to the small triangle? Besides these two over here. You did? Okay. Is it okay that we got 3 halves and some of us got 2/3? Now, if you did the big triangle to the small triangle, this is your similarity statement. If you did small to the big, do not write this. So big triangle to the small, its triangle LEJ is similar to triangle LKM. Now, if you got 2/3, you're going to go the other way. LKM is similar to LEJ. Now, the only time it matters which one you do is how you write your similarity statement. Does everybody understand? And you have to do it both for both ratios. So you can't go big, small, then small, big. That's not how it works. Questions? Are you sure?
Doesn't matter which way you do it. Is there like you're gonna get the same answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're both the same.
Mhm.
They're both easy.
Here's dividing. Are we ready to do side, side, side? Let's do side, side, side. It says, do you need me to turn this air on? Turn this air on. Turn it all the way to cool. And then turn the thing on the right to low cool. Yep. I was warm too. Alright, so this one says, if all 3 pairs of corresponding, what does corresponding mean? Same position. Are proportional. So, check the ratios. Are we ready? I don't know. You should have been listening.
Check the ratios.
Thank you.
All right, open your flappy. It says, are the two triangles similar? If so, state how and write a similarity statement. Now, are our triangles flippity-flipped? They are. What are we going to match 7 up with?
30.
Nope.
No,
21, because if you have the smallest side over here, you go to the smallest side over here. They mixed it up. All right, so we're going to have QR divided by NO, which is 7 divided by 21, which is what? 1/3.
21 divided by 7.
Yes. All right, now what is QP going to match up with? NM. What do you mean you don't know? It's the second smallest one. Look for the second smallest one. Do you know what I mean, Butterbean? All right, and that's 12 divided by 30, which reduces to what?
2/5.
2/5. Is that the same thing as 1/3?
No.
Are these two similar?
No.
So what do we write?
Because it's not simple.
Because they're not similar.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm just saying.
Are we ready?
Hang on, let me just break this last bit.
Because I had to get to the side. Bless you. All right, last one. Are the two triangles similar? If so, state how and write a similarity statement. How many triangles are in this picture? 2. And I am not going to draw the separate triangle. If you need to, draw it. But who can tell me the side length of LK?
56.
Nope, of LK.
18.
Nope, LD is 88.
43.
How did, nope. 32. How did you get that? 88 minus 56. Take a point. All right, so what would LM be?
52.
What? Subtracted. Okay. Now, remember, we're doing side, side, side. So all 3 sides have to be proportional. So what does LK match up with? L.
E.
No, guys.
Oh.
Baby triangle, big triangle. LD. So that's 32 divided by what? 88. And what does that reduce to? 4/11. Good. Take a point. Okay, now I started with a small triangle. I went to the big. What's the next side I need to do? LM. And what is that?
LE.
LE. Alright, so that's 52 divided by 143. Ari? What does this reduce to? 4/11. Take a point. And what's the last one that we need to do? Nope, because remember we got to do 3, the bottom. KM to DE, good, which is?
411.
Blair. Are all of those the same?
Yes.
We did it. So are we done? Do we need to write our statement?
Got it right, you did.
All right, so we write yes by what postulate or theorem? Side, side, side. Similarity. And let's do the small triangle to the big triangle. Can someone raise their hand and name the small triangle for me? Grace? LKM. Good. Take a point. Can someone else raise their hand and tell me the Raven? LDE. Good. Take a point.
Doesn't matter how you put it.
Well, you see how I did the small side to the big side on my ratios? Then do your small triangle to the big triangle. Now, the second sheet that you grabbed from up there looks like little pockets, correct? Cut those pockets out, and we're going to put them on the back of 46A.
Right on the dotted line.
Cut it out on the solid line.
Put on the solid line. Well, I'm just asking.
Right, but I've already answered.
Where? On the dotted line?
The solid one.
Can you wait? Is it an emergency? What, darling? Yes, it's an emergency, or yes, you can wait? I need you to hurry. Please. Alright, when you're gluing these down, you're going to glue it down in the order of your foldables. So angle, angle, side, 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 not similar. And since they are pockets, you are only going to put glue or tape on the edge so that you can put stuff underneath them. Does everybody understand? It makes a pocket. So you only put glue on the edges and the bottom. Do not put glue on the top or the middle. So you only put glue on the sides and the bottom. The same thing that I just said. You only tape the sides and the bottom. Same thing, Buttercup. He has to worry about his own stuff. Alright, now you also got a white sheet that has little squares of triangles, correct? You are going to cut those squares out and you're going to sort them as your homework. So you're going to pick whether the square goes in angle, angle, side, side, or not similar. What, darling? Yeah. If you can't put yours side by side like mine, then scoot them down a little bit. That's okay. I would go ahead and start cutting out the white piece of paper with the rectangles so that you can go ahead and start sorting. And that way it's already cut out and you don't have to worry about cutting for homework.